Hello, beauties, and welcome to my channel. I am Queen Fee. For those of y'all hung up on the government, I am Fiona. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to do a very quick check-in with my divine feminines and masculines to see how you guys are feeling, what's going on with you right now at this present time in your journey. For me, I, of course, have lots of crazy, weird shit that happens. My most recent though really kind of had me tripped out because yesterday morning I woke up and I could tell that I had a dream. And for me, it's really hard to remember my dreams. All I know is that I've had one, right? But yesterday I woke up and I could like feel the dream so intensely. I was like, "Ooh, okay, I was somewhere. I was with a group of people. I was with my guides. I knew like who I was with and that we were talking about um my guidance and things that I really really needed to know. But then when I woke up, I had this excitement like, oh wow, I was chilling and hanging with my guys and I got all this knowledge or whatever. And so I get up, and as soon as my feet hit the ground, it's like someone took an eraser on a chalkboard and just wiped it all off. And, I just paused for a second. I was like, damn, I needed to know that. Like, I needed to remember that. But you know what? Our subconscious always holds on to what we need to know. So I'm going to trust that and I'm just going to let it go. But however, as I went on about my day, I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I'm washing my face, and I'm just kind of refreshing myself, from the morning because I just woke up. And I like to do affirmations. When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm going to tell myself, you are beautiful. I'm going to tell myself all kinds of stuff. But, to make a long story short, as I got ready to enjoy myself in the mirror, I'm looking and my eyes just look, I can't even put it into words, but it was like my pupils, I don't know, it was like they was gone. I don't even know how to describe it because it wasn't like an over dilated type of look or anything. It was just like I was seeing shapes inside of my eyes. So I thought, oh, hold up, you tripping, you tripping. It's a reflection, glaring out of your eyes from somewhere. So I shut the bathroom door because I'm like, maybe something, a picture or whatever hanging up inside my room was causing that. We gotta get this sage going, y'all. So, I was tripping off of it. And I'm like, you know what? It ain't that serious, Fiona. Like, it must be in your head. But okay, as you know, a lot of spiritual things just don't really be in our head, right? So now I went over to my son's bedroom and I'm knocking on his door and I'm like, hey, come here, I need you to look at something. So he's looking or whatever and he's just like, wow, it's really, he's like, it's just creepy. He was like, I don't, he said it's creepy. He's like, but it's in a good way. And for me and my babies, we are spiritual over here. We do not ignore our ancestors when we feel the shift in the house and we know that we got a loved one in the house. We stop and we recognize that, right? So my children are very in tune. And they are connected with spirit. My daughter's 18, my son is 23. And so I'm all in my son's face like this, and he's looking, and he's like, he said, but you know what, Mama? He said, I don't feel worried. I don't feel fearful. He said, I feel like there's something that's about to be revealed to you, and it's going to bring you so much peace, and it's going to bring you so much joy. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to roll with that because, in waking up and feeling like, oh, I got the answers. I got the answers. I know I was with my guys and, I done got my direction. I know. I felt really good in that moment, right? I felt like something was about to happen, right? So I was like, okay, you know what? Let it go. Then I keep hearing spirit say, but you haven't wrote this script yet. And I thought, well, I was holding off on the script because you said it was no rush. You said that this union is destined to be, right? So, when we're going through our emotions or whatever, and trying to sort out how we feel, especially when someone has betrayed you, um, you go through all kind of things. And so I know last video I did, we spoke about y'all divine feminines, you know, coming with this type of energy and wanting to make sure that your masculines felt all of their karma and got what they rightfully deserved, right? And in all fairness, it is a very real feeling, right? So I'm not going to disregard it. I'm not going to act like, y'all don't have a reason to be mad. Like I didn't have a reason to be mad because, yeah, I went through a very mad, spiteful kind of period. Um, was it, I just kind of do my thing different, instead of, leaving those hateful messages or whatever. Me personally, I spoke my truth. I said what I had to say. I made sure that I said it in the most loving possible way. And then I deleted his number out my damn phone. Why did I delete his number out of my phone? Because I didn't want those emotional moments that comes to the surface during this Cancer retrograde to be, one of those moments where I can just keep throwing that hurt and pain in his face, right? So we have to find things to do to switch our focus onto ourselves. And, when Spirit was saying, you got to back off, you got to let him go through, his changes so that I can work on him because nobody changes for you, they change for themselves, right? So I know what this union is, but I can't make him believe and know what it is, right? So Spirit said, go on and do your own thing. So it was something in me that I needed to work on, that I needed to grow. And so yeah, I put all of my time and attention into creating things. And I did have a few petty moments. I'm gonna confess, y'all. I'm gonna confess. So I decided that I was going to do my arts and crafts or whatever, right? And I also like to I like to play with my magic, right? I'm great at manifesting. And I noticed that I have manifested everything that I have asked for. And it's always, a lot of my manifesting has to do with writing or in my creations. So he had this picture that he had drew. And in this picture, it was supposed to be this, beautiful, attractive woman. But you could tell, like, he made her look like so mean. It's just like, long story short, when we fell out and he left the house when we broke up and I put him out, he wrote me a really, really nasty message on this particular picture that he drew me. And he left it inside my sacred space. I have a room downstairs that is my spiritual room. That is, it's my sacred space. So nobody really goes in my sacred space. So for him to leave this nasty ass message, you ain't gonna control me, you ain't gonna tell me what to do or whatever, in that space, it's like, okay, okay. Now, being an artist, I am not going to let my paint, my canvases, or anything go to waste, right? So I thought I'm gonna redirect this energy, right? Because our job as an alchemist is to transmute that negative energy into something positive, right? So this was it was his painting, but guess what? I painted right over that bitch. Painted right over it. So I decided to make me some sigil art. So right, since this was our argument piece, I decided to do art on what I deserve, what I want, right? Because although God picked a mate for us, right? And he's saying this is the person for you in the physical, we gotta have certain characteristics that is going to help us connect and flow, right? We don't want a liar and a cheater. We want someone that has great communication, that's open and honest. We want someone that can be vulnerable with their emotions and feelings. Someone that, is going to be respectful. So that's what I did, right? Now, I can't tell everything I did on her, but Spirit has been forcing me to write everything about my journey and wants me to do a book. And I've been journaling for years. I had no clue that I was on a twin flame journey, and there has been like 4 relationships that has been very, very significant in my life, that has been life changing. So I've been journaling for, you know, I want to. I've been journaling all my life, but for the past, I want to say 7, maybe 8 years, I have been on this journey and didn't even really realize it, right? I can't even put a time frame on it. But long story short, let me just go ahead and fast forward. We do some things in our emotions, and I'm not the, bust the windows out your car, slash your tires type of chick. However, I do believe in making lemonade out of lemons, right? So I didn't slash his tires. But I did take his tires and he had some tires in the garage, and I turned it into art, right? I painted it, and in one tire, I'm gonna grow some collard greens, and in another tire, I'm gonna grow some tomatoes and some green onions or whatever. So, yeah, I've been repurposing a lot of things, and where certain things would cause pain, now I find pleasure in it, right? So, yeah, those are some of the things that I've done. Uh, I hope y'all ain't being too bad. I hope y'all ain't being too bad, because some of y'all's energy was like, whoa. So I did want to connect with Spirit and ask Spirit, what was the collective's energy right now? And the cards that I pulled, I'm gonna pull a few more cards, because now that I got our primary feelings between the divine and the feminine, the divine masculine and the feminine right now, we're gonna put a little love into it, right? Because Spirit keeps saying, it's time for you to write this script. And all of my pettiness with my arts and crafts and focusing on me, because I did switch. I let go of focusing on the relationship period, and I started focusing on me. So one of the other pieces that I had to do was some self-love, right? Self-love. So I'm gonna put my sigils on there for some self-love on there, because yeah, all my artwork is gonna end up being pretty much like a spell. So I had that, and I did one, for my business, and all these little good things, all these little good things. I just been working, right? And and all of my works and all of my work, I got to thinking like I'm gonna pause on this script because he done did so much that I really want to wait because like you really question you like I know what this is, but at the same time, someone that does all of this, I'm like, is it a catch 22? So let me wait because maybe Spirit got something better for me. And Spirit's like, yeah, I do got something better for you. In this divine masculine. This divine masculine is about to be rebirthed, right? So I'm like, okay. But Sally, yet I just been going on about my day, right? And Spirit's like, well, he could contact you. And I will say a lot of the divine masculines, for those of y'all that's still mad and want to know, yes, they are receiving their karma, right? They've already received a lot of karma. In fact, they already know. Like at this point, so let me tell you the cards that we ended up getting, right? So we got the Six of Rods. The Six of Rods is all about accomplishing goals, right? It's about recognition. It's about connection. It's being awarded emotionally and financially. It's victory. It's good news. It's all about making attempts, right? So what I get from this card is your person is recognizing this connection, right? It's not just recognizing the connection, but recognizing you, recognizing your worth, recognizing, how they fucked up, how they fucked up. And they want to talk. They want to talk. So then after that card, we got the Eight of Cups. I love this. I love this Eight of Cups. I love this Eight of Cups because it lets me know that they're walking away. They're walking away from what they thought was gonna be, this beautiful abundance. Like, oh, I'm good without my other person. I just want to live my life. I just want to focus on this materialistic 3D crap. But this means like pretty much your person has reached their limit. This is a breaking point. This is when, all those disillusions that they thought were going to be satisfying are not. And like now they want to come to terms and to, they want their boo. They recognize that, like this is my person because what followed it up and let me know that they're now wanting to communicate. They're wanting to travel and come towards you. They're wanting to talk about everything because now the Two of Cups is here. Two of Cups is true love, soulmates. We already know, like this is the twin flame card, right? So this is all about, friendships. But most importantly, this is about those feelings being reciprocated, right? So they're in a headspace where like they're really, really thinking, and I would not be surprised if you guys hear something from them like really, really soon. Spirit don't do time. Everything is divine timing, right? Nobody likes to hear that. I don't like to hear that. But yeah, it's divine timing. But I would not be surprised, because I see this Six of Rods. Somebody's coming. Somebody might just pop up, you know. Somebody's gonna just pop up. Somebody gonna call or text. Might even say something all emotionally dramatic. I already know mine's going to be dramatic, right? But we got the discernment card, right? You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so what this is letting me know right now is, okay, divine feminines, if it, and I understand it. I understand it. Right now you trapped in, okay, I can't let this person get me again, right? Can't let this person hurt my heart again. And Spirit is saying, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because in this solitude, in this separation period, Spirit's been working on your discernment. So you're going to know what's real and what's fake. If they going to slide in with, that old page type energy where like they're going to just come in all hot and heavy and then they're going to knight your ass and disappear. No, don't worry about that. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Okay? I'm going to trust me. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time, right? Because do I ultimately want my twin? Yes, I do. There's nobody like him, right? So as much as I can say he broke my heart, he pisses me off, he's immature, he's done all these silly things, he's still a very beautiful soul, right? This is somebody that God created to kind of match your fly. So when he's good, he can be oh so good, right? So I can't take that away from him. However, I'm not cheating myself. I want everything that's on my board. And guess what? I didn't ask for anything materialistic. I asked for integrity, right? That's what I want from my person. I want somebody of high value and integrity. Someone that I feel proud of, even when they're behind my back. That's what I want. That's what I give. That's what I deserve. I'm worthy of that. And guess what? I'm going to use this discernment because in all this time that I had to be by myself, I'm good by myself. I've gotten comfortable with being by myself, right? And I hope you guys have gotten comfortable with being by yourself too. First my ego was kind of just like, man, we're going to have to find somebody else because, we need to touch sometimes, whatever. Girl, please. Let me tell you. Take care of you. You can take care of that too. You can take care of that too. You don't need nobody else. Because you know what? We all need to be working on our sensuality anyway, right? So we loving ourselves internally and physically, right? So don't be scared. Touch yourself. Please yourself. Be good to yourself. Action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. Okay, so Spirit's saying, you have the discernment in you to be able to tell whether or not, they've evolved or if they're full of shit. But it's saying that you also have the courage to express that. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly or not, but you have the courage. Don't be scared. It's time to release the past and let's move on. Okay, let's just release it and let's just move on. And if that means that you need to release it and move on and wait for a better union, because let me tell you this, you don't have to make up with this twin. Like if you feel like, you know what, okay, yeah, I get the lesson or whatever and I love them, but I'm good, that's okay too. That is okay. The Spirit is saying that it can be beautiful. And I do want you to think about, some beautiful relationships that you've looked at and probably admired and thought, wow, I never would have known, this couple went through things like that. But yeah, virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. I love that card right there. I love that because I think this goes back to, us finally seeing and experiencing and expressing love the way God intended for us to, right? Unconditionally. Because so many times we are forgiven for the things that we do. So it's almost like, these spiritual attributes, are helping us to lift that veil and really see things clearly, right? But it's also helping others as well. When you share your story and when you go through all these emotions, but yet you still return to a space of love, know that you are inspiring people. And you're in this journey for a reason, right? Because you're strong enough to see that message. So we got to help awaken everyone else because, everyone can't just be discarded for mistakes, right? So, yeah, y'all need to get ready because they're about to be popping up out the woodwork. They're about to be popping up out the woodwork. So I'm just going to leave that on y'all's heart right there. They are coming. They are going to want to communicate. Um, be sweet. Be sweet, my beauties. For real. Be sweet. Yes, you got your feelings hurt. But I want you to know something. This has hurt your partner too. Yeah. Because you know what? A lot of times, when people do things and they make that mistake and they get caught, just because they made that mistake don't mean that they didn't feel that mistake, right? Think about when you've done something wrong and you realize how it hurts someone else, especially when it has something to do with somebody else. You didn't even think that an action that you took was going to hurt somebody as much as it did, right? The same way you can feel remorse, your partner feels remorse. And guess what? Even though, you know, your person might be a player, might have done it again and again and again, this connection is so deep that when you hurt, they hurt, right? So keep that in mind, like this soul that's been, y'all sharing and mirroring each other. So yeah, take it easy on your masculine when he reaches out, or your feminine if it's a feminine that you're in separation from, because they are going to contact you. So I do want you to focus on what you do want to manifest, and let's release the past. So whatever you got to do to help heal and let that go and move on, do it because your partner has. And I know that since you guys are mirroring each other, I know that you're letting it go as well. You know what I love about this picture? I'm looking at this and I see the sun and the moon, and I'm thinking, I just painted the sun and the moon. And I did. You know what? I'm going to go to my picture though, because all of my work, I end up writing messages on the back of them. And so the message that I wrote on the back of this one was a flame that burns deep inside our souls. It is the cords that bind our hearts, for we are universally one that's been split apart. He is my moon and I his sun. Our contract to heal and uplift humanity will be done. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. But I hope you guys are finding healing in some special project, some writing piece. I just hope you guys are doing something that's going to help you heal. If you have not found that one thing that makes you excited, pull out the paints because, I've never taken any classes or whatever, but I do like to dabble in it. And throughout this heartbreak, like my artwork is getting better and better. I actually had a friend that even wanted to purchase um, my self love painting. And I probably will end up selling them. But for me, anything that I create, I kind of hoard. And I keep everything for myself. So that's something that I'm going to work on letting go, because I have filled up my walls to the point to where I'm not really going to even have a space for anything else. So I am going to have to think about doing something with it. So yeah, that's just me and what I've been doing. I hope this helps somebody. If you guys need me, y'all know what to do. Hit up that email. I'm always here for y'all. I'm going to try my best to check in with you guys more often. And you know what? Since Spirit is making me go ahead and share, we're going to share, right? So when my divine masculine comes up out the woodwork and says whatever he says, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. And when that reconciliation happens, um, we're going to give him the opportunity to speak his truth, right? Because I'm not going to just disappear and leave y'all hanging. I'm going to let y'all know what's going on, right? Because the whole thing is coming into union. And I don't want to have my union and just leave anybody hanging. So, we're going to share, we're going to collaborate, and we're going to make sure that everyone heals. And those of you that want to come into union, we're going to, we're going to be there for each other to make sure that that happens. So, goodbye for now. And remember, you are beautiful, loved, and blessed. Bye.